We now move on to those and other stories in detail, taking a look at local news first. Today is the Vesak full moon Poya day, which marks the birth of Prince Siddhartha, enlightenment and parinirvana of Gautama Buddha.
According to the history of Buddhist order, many significant incidents had occurred on Vesak full moon Poya day. Buddhists throughout the world mark these three sacred events today by engaging in various religious activities. According to the history of Buddhism, it is known that existence of a Buddha in this world is a rare occurrence. Prince Siddhartha was born at the historic Lumbini Garden in Nepal on a day like today, coming back to Buddha's native city in Kimbulwatnora as the enlightened one, showing his spiritual prowess to shatter the pride of his native Shakya clan. Buddha's third visit to Sri Lanka and placing his footprint at the top of Sripada mountain are some of the significant events that occurred on Vesak Poya day. Following a 45 years of propagation of Buddhist philosophy, Lord Buddha attained supreme bliss of nirvana at the Kusninara city on a day like today. Being nurtured with the Buddhist philosophy, Buddhists in Sri Lanka annually celebrate Vesak Poya day with utmost devotion and commitment. Live telecast of national television's Saddharma The live telecast of national television's Saddharma Varsha Poya Day religious program was conducted from Sri Bimbarama Vihare in Kadavata. Buddha Puja, Dhamma sermons, religious discussions, community welfare and many other programs have been organized under the guidance of Chief Incumbent of the Vihara, Venerable Horigaswava Saddha Vasa Vidhanathera. Large gathering of devotees was seen in Kandy to pay homage to the sacred tooth relic in Sri Dalada Maligaon this morning. Large number of devotees also observed Sil before the historic Jayasrima Bodhi in Anuradhapura. Devotees visited the Ruan Valley Mahasaya to engage in religious observances since this morning. Many religious activities were organized at the Sripada marking the Vesak full moon Poya day. This year's pilgrimage to Sripada, which was conducted under the guidance of Chief Incumbent of the Sripada Sthana, Venerable Bengamwe Dhammadinnathera, will conclude at 12 midnight today.
The Mahasangha advises that everyone should celebrate the noble three occasions of the life of Lord Buddha to give prominence to following the teachings of the Enlightened One. The Mahasangha stressed this point in their messages of complimentary blessings on the occasion of Vesak full moon Poya day. Anunaka of the Asgiriya chapter, Venerable Vendaruwe Upalithera, expressed in his blessings that it is hoped that everyone will strive to make this meritorious and holy occasion of Vesak full moon Poya day worthwhile by following the noble teachings of the Enlightened One. Registrar of the Malvata chapter, Venerable Pahamune Sumangalathera, said that the entire world remembers Lord Buddha with immense respect and everyone should make use of this opportunity to recollect the immense noble qualities of the Buddha and to purify the mind in the true sense of the teachings, and that will be the real way to invoke the blessings. Mahanayaka of the Sri Lanka Ramanya Mahanikaya, Most Venerable Makulave Bimalathera, said that the devotees must make a conscious effort to enlighten their lives by observing both the precepts and the offerings they make during the Vesak full moon Poya day and thereby make their lives more meaningful. President Anura Kumara Disanayaka emphasizes that Lord Buddha's message of peace remains ever relevant, and following his teachings, all should commit in fostering world peace.
Now, in his Vesak Day message, the President has pointed out that in a world torn by conflict and division, the need to commit for global harmony is more relevant at present than ever before. President Anura Kumara Disanayaka in his message has further indicated that the Buddha's core teaching was not merely religious but a path to inner development, guiding humanity toward moral and intellectual growth. The Buddhist philosophy also provides profound insights into good governance. In his teaching, the Buddha has underscored that even when a nation's leader governs with justice and virtue, the people prosper in peace. Inspired by the Buddha's teachings, the President has pointed out that all must strive to build a prosperous nation rooted in selflessness, equality, and social justice, fulfilling the aspirations of the people for a thriving nation, a beautiful life. The President in his message has called all citizens to unite with determination and diligence to achieve this global vision.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya in her Vesak Day message has indicated that this Vesak season is particularly a time to heal the hearts and minds of humanity, especially as the nation has embarked on a path of meaningful transformation. Through the message, she has invited all citizens to unite in mind and spirit, bound together by mutual respect and compassion. The Prime Minister has pointed out she joins with all Sri Lankans in praying that the flames of war burning in various parts of the world at this moment may be extinguished and that all people across the globe may be blessed.
Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa in his Vesak Day message has indicated that the sacred Vesak full moon Poya Day, which commemorates the triple events of the Buddha's life, is an opportunity to reflect once again on the noble path of Dhamma that Buddha revealed to the world. In the face of the many challenges the nation encounters, he pointed out that it is immensely important for people to understand the doctrine of cause and effect as taught in Buddhist philosophy. He has further emphasized that within the Dhammas shown by the Buddha, there are clear and practical answers to overcome such difficulties. In his message, he has indicated the importance in recognizing the spiritual development alongside physical progress as a fundamental necessity for a country's true development. This must become central focus in governance, he added.
Baudaloka Vesak Zone was declared open this evening. The national television is the official media partner of the 24th Baudaloka Vesak Zone. The Vesak Zone is organized jointly by several institutions including All Ceylon Buddhist Congress and the Presidential Secretariat. The Baudaloka Vesak Zone was declared open by Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sanat Kumanayaka. Devotees will be given the opportunity to pay homage to sacred relics placed at the Vesak Zone. The zone is consisted of many pandals, lanterns and dansals. President of the All Ceylon Buddhist Congress, Nimal Vakishta, Chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Gihan De Silva, and its Director General, Manoja Nadishana Amarasinghe, as well as foreign envoys, were also present at this occasion.
The Kaduela Vesak Zone, titled Puja Buddhanga Paramitava, or the offerings of Kalani Valley area, commenced under the patronage of the national television. The Vesak Zone, organized jointly by Kaduela Municipal Council and Kaduela Traders Association, will be held until the 14th of this month. This includes Vesak pandals, decorative lanterns, devotional songs, dansals and other festivities.
Several populated places in Colombo were adorned with vibrant decorations and striking illuminations since last night, celebrating the Vesak full moon Poya Day. The Lotus Tower in Colombo was illuminated last night with the colors of the Buddhist flag. Rashmidara, South Asia's first digital Vesak Zone, is also taking place at this premises. Udarashmi Vesak Zone, which is centered around Gangarame in Colombo, is all set to celebrate the Vesak festival in grandeur. The surrounding area of the Gangarama Sima Malakaya was illuminated with vibrant colors since last night.
Vesak Lanterns represent a main token of the celebrations. There is a deep philosophical meaning depicted by the Vesak Lantern, and this feature is all about it. Assembling of Vesak Lanterns is a collective activity in which everyone in the family participate voluntarily. The octangular Vesak Lantern, which is popularly known as the Atapattama, has a special place among all Vesak Lanterns. There are many ideas about the philosophical meaning of this particular form of the lantern in society. Anyway, the main objective of Vesak decorations is to felicitate the understanding about the deep teachings of the Buddhist philosophy. It is a common acceptance that the top and bottom spaces of the Atapattama structure depicts the birth and the death. These squares describe the Four Noble Truths, and the 8 triangles are there to depict the great 8 facts of the natural existence. Most of the time, this lantern is lit with a candle and hung in the open space where there is a chance of the lantern being burnt due to the natural swaying of the wind. This also says about the impermanent nature of all component things. Whether one purchases a lantern or makes it at home, the principal idea is to realize the truth of the world and the message of Dhamma. And now we go into a short break. We'll be right back in just a second. Stay tuned.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Various religious activities are conducted at most of the Buddhist temples, especially on full moon Poya days. Religious programs are also conducted, and to participate in them in the most acceptable and proper manner is a matter to ponder. When one talks about a white dress, it signifies simplicity and cleanliness in the minds of people. Everyone wears white attire when attending religious activities, visiting Buddhist temples, and especially when observing the 8 precepts on Poya days. Even if someone visits a Buddhist temple in white attire, if the mind is full of defilements such as lust, anger and greed, there cannot be any righteousness in it. When visiting religious places, the white dress signifies equality among everyone as a common concept. If anyone attends an occasion of observing the 8 precepts attired in a colored dress, that will distract another person's mind and will not be in a position to concentrate one's mind properly, the reason being the tendency to criticize each other's fancy dresses as a result of it. On most occasions, it has been pointed out that wearing dresses in a manner that exhibits the human body is not a proper thing to do.
And in more local news, a tragedy struck Sri Lanka yesterday. Now, the bodies which were taken to the Navalapitiya General Hospital of the bus accident which occurred at Garandial area in Kotmale were handed over to their relatives today. Those who were wounded in the accident are under further treatment at the hospital as well. The postmortems of the bodies of the victims in the accident were conducted today, led by the Judicial Medical Officers Susantha Herath and Thikshana Prema Tilaka. A 6-month-old infant and his 2 elder brothers are receiving treatment at Siramao Bandaranaike Children's Hospital in Peradeniya. The infant underwent a surgery in the afternoon today, and as per the statement of the director of the hospital, the condition of all 3 patients is not critical. The bus which met with the fateful accident has been parked at the Kotmale police grounds. Inspection officers of the Sri Lanka Transport Board and Kataragama Depot participated in the inspection process of the bus. The report received after the inspection of the bus will be used in future investigations, and the Kotmale police added that the court will be informed in this respect next Wednesday. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya visited Gampola and Peradeniya hospitals in the afternoon yesterday in order to take stock of the welfare of the injured of the accident. She also inspected the facilities and medicine required for the patients who are under treatment in the intensive care unit. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said that it is a tragic accident under which people died under such circumstances, and the government is mediating in an effort to avert accidents of this nature in the future. She added that the government will also take the responsibility of handing over the bodies of the dead to their relatives and will also take care of those who were injured in getting treatment.
And now let's take a look at more local stories in brief. 388 prison inmates received a special pardon in line with the Vesak full moon Poya Day. The President has granted the special state pardon under the powers vested with him through the Constitution. A 9-year-old child has died from electrocution in Millava, Moragahena area while handling a string of electric bulbs at her residence. The funeral of Sri Lanka Army Corporal Sujan Lakmal, who recently passed away from the helicopter accident, was held today. It was held at the Roman Catholic Cemetery in Kondagamulla, Katana. Meanwhile, the funeral of Sri Lanka Air Force Sergeant Uday Kumara, who was also killed from the same accident, was held at the Megahatana Public Cemetery today. Well, that's it on local stories. We'll be back with news overseas.
Prima Kottumi, Fantamai.
Well, moving on to news overseas, Ukrainian President Zelensky expresses his readiness to meet face-to-face with Russian President Putin. The announcement comes as both nations prepare for potential peace talks this Thursday in Turkey. President Zelensky's remarks came in direct response to a statement from President Putin, who on Saturday night called on Ukraine to engage in what he termed serious discussions about ending the war. The Ukrainian leader echoed the urgency, saying immediate talks are essential. Peace negotiations are expected to take place later this week with the backing of the United States. The US president has reportedly urged Ukraine to participate in the discussions and to consider Russia's proposed terms without delay. Previously, President Zelensky had insisted that Ukraine would only enter negotiations once a ceasefire was in effect. However, the tone shifted following President Putin's public invitation, in which he said Thursday's discussions could mark the first step towards a lasting long-term peace. The last time the two countries held direct talks was in March 2022 in Istanbul, just weeks after Russia launched its full-scale invasion. Moving on to sports news. Under-22 Asian Youth Boxing Championship commenced in Colombo today.
The tournament will be live telecast on Channel I of the national television. The tournament, which is underway at the Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium in Colombo, will be held until the 23rd of this month. The opening ceremony of the championship was held this afternoon with the participation of interim president of the Asian Boxing Federation, Aziz Kozambatov, and Minister Sunil Kumar Gamage. Deputy Minister Sugat Tilakaratne, President of Sri Lanka Boxing Federation, Anuradha Shanaka Bandara. A boxing tournament in the Asian level is taking place in the country after a gap of 57 years, and 400 boxers representing 25 countries are taking part in this championship. 6 preliminary round matches were held today as well.
ආසියානු මට්ටමේ බොක්සිං තරගාවලියක් මෙරටදී පැවැත්වෙන්නේ වසර 57කට පසුවයි. මෙවර තරගාවලියට රටවල් 25ක ක්‍රීඩක ක්‍රීඩිකාවන් 400කට අධික පිරිසක් සහභාගී වෙනවා. අද
Indian batting superstar Virat Kohli today announced his decision to bid farewell to Test cricket. He has represented Team India for 14 years playing Test cricket. Virat Kohli represented India in 123 Test matches, scoring 9,230 runs in 210 innings. This includes 30 centuries and 31 half-centuries. His highest Test score is 254 runs. He scored unbeaten with an average of 46.85. Virat Kohli has captained Team India in 68 Test matches, and describing his 14-year cricketing career, he has said that he is immensely satisfied and happy about it. He has further stated that although he will be out of the cricket ground, he will come forth and on any occasion whenever his assistance is required.
And that was a look at the news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I am Siobhan Pereira, together with Sharifa Tahir. Wish you a pleasant week ahead. Take care. Good night.
Good night.